Hey guys, so I already moisturized her hair off camera, and now I'm going to comb out all the knots and tangles from her hair before we do the braid down. So today my client decided to do a middle part, so I parted her hair down the middle, and now I'm going to be starting the braiding. Her braids are all done now and laid flat and ready for her install. To protect her edges, I'm just putting some edge control on it so I can just push them back. And now I'm applying 91% alcohol to make sure her skin is clean before I do this install. So I just finished putting on her cap, and now I'm putting some Gossipy Free Spray on the front of her hairline. With my needle and thread, I'll be sewing down the area where her closure is going to be at. Now I'm just using my blow dryer to dry that area. So I already put makeup on the cap, and I cut off the excess cap off camera. And I tinted the lace, and I put makeup on the lace too. For this look, I did very minimum plucking, but as you guys can see, this is a perfect blend. And now I'm going to be using this concealer to place where her closure stops at for when I'm applying the glue. Usually I use an eyebrow pencil, but I don't know where it is right now, so I use what I had at the moment, and it still did the job. So now I'm applying the first layer of glue, and I use Ghost Bond XL glue. To spread out the glue, I used the end of a rat tail comb, and I applied up to 4 layers of glue. As you can see, the glue is 100% clear, so now it's ready for me to be placing the closure on it. You don't want to leave the glue for too long because it'll be too dry and not work at all. So now I'm using my blow dryer on high heat to make sure it melts into her skin. After that, I place a wrap on her closure, and now I'm going to be sewing on the bundles. If you guys are wondering, I do double all my wefts. I do not single them at all because I like my hair, well, my client's hair, to be nice and full, and I like to use as much of the bundles as I can. So we are finally done installing the hair. Now we're going to work on the closure. I'm just cutting each end of the closure to make it look more seamless when I do her baby hairs. So this is her first closure, and for newbies and beginners, I do recommend glued closures because if you do glueless, that is so much more for you to have to worry about in comparison to getting a glued install. So I'm using my favorite mousse, the Nairobi mousse, to slick back the front of her closure. So now I'm sectioning out each part of her closure so that I can hot comb it so her closure be nice, flat, and laid. I applied a little more mousse to mold her hair in place. So now it's time to cut the lace. I'm using these small scissors to cut off the excess lace off the closure. I really take my time when cutting off the lace because you want to cut off as little as possible, but you don't want to cut off too much. So I'm placing another wrap so that the lace can melt into her skin, and now I'm going to go into styling her hair. So I already flat ironed this side, and now I'm going to move to the back and start to flat iron the back. So I'm not flat ironing it in any special way because the hair already came straight. So I'm just going over it and making it even more flatter. If you guys are wondering, I got my flat iron from Amazon and it was less than $40. It was not that expensive and it's really good. Right now I'm applying some heat protectant on her hair to make it nice and shiny. And then I'm going to be sectioning it off and then flat ironing each section. If you guys are wondering, this is 12-inch hair and we're going to be cutting it into a nice even blunt cut. So I'm just going over the hair again with a hot comb to press down the front and the hairline. And now I'm just combing out the hair and getting ready to start to cut it into the blunt cut. I like to make sure my hair is really straight so I can make sure I do a nice clean cut. So a method I use when cutting hair is I like to cut the fronts first so that I can make sure that they're even, and then I go through the back after. As you guys can see, I'm lining both sides to see if I can get an equal cut. But if you guys are hairstylists or you cut hair before, you know it's not too easy to get the same measurement on both sides. So it might look uneven now, but guys, I did go back in the end and I think I recorded where I fixed it up and made sure it was perfectly even. So now that I'm done with the front, I'm going to be moving to the side and around the back to cut the rest of the hair. So I am only cutting like a few inches in the end. I am not making a bob. We're just doing a straight blunt cut. Oh, and also one more thing, guys. I like to cut with my scissors first, and then in the end I use my razor to make the bluntness. Me personally, I feel like a razor makes the bluntness, and I just use the scissors for the cut. So scissors first, then razor. So I am almost done. I'm just going in to make sure each side is equally even. Like, this cut is so clean, guys, and we just finished it. And now I'm going to be cutting the baby hairs with my scissors. I cut them short, but not too short, but not long. And I'm using my Got To Be Free spray and my edge brush to be doing these baby hairs. I love using the spray because it is not like, there's not too much water in it, so it doesn't make the lace lift, and it's not oily, so it doesn't make the baby hairs look oily, and it's just so easy to use. Like, as you guys can see, I did that baby hair so easily, and I just feel like the glue is too much. They got to be glued, and the mousse, I like the mousse, but overall I prefer this much more. If you guys want a more detailed video on how I do baby hairs, I can do that for you guys. Just let me know. And you guys saw it up close. It is gorgeous. I'm just flat ironing her hair once again. And guys, at this point my client was not feeling well, so as you can see it on her face, she was not feeling well at all. But when she saw her hair, she started feeling better. So now I'm going to be doing the middle part, and I like to use concealer to clean up that part, and I already did it off camera. And now I'm going to be going over the lace with the same makeup color. Hot comb, my best friend. And we are finished. Oh my god, this look is so cute, so clean and neat. Like, this blunt cut is everything. And this closure is from Hairsofab.